Coach, how's it feel seeing all these fans at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday?
Feels great because that means we just did something big. So, yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's always a thrill to play in Gamble, but to celebrate something of this magnitude with, you know, the people that support you and supported us all throughout the year, even when things weren't going great in January.
Can you describe your emotions as you're driving down the highway and the overpasses, people on the overpasses, people all through campus?
Yeah, you just, you know, you just, it's a big deal. You know, the NCAA tournament's a big deal. Playing in the Final Four is a big deal. And then obviously basketball is a big deal to the people in Connecticut. University of Connecticut men's and women's basketball, it's the, you know, it's the pro sports team of the state, and you just see the incredible pride that people have in their Huskies. And it was probably the first time we had a chance to actually take a deep breath, because most of us just passed out on the plane due to tired.
I was gonna say, have you gotten any sleep yet?
I slept like 20 minutes between my really bad performance on Good Morning America and then something I think I might have been on CNN Next, and I took a 20-minute little nap, and I still had another bad appearance.
How much of a blur has this whole thing been then?
It's been a blur really, you know, since the Elite Eight game. Really, you can get as much advice on preparing for the Final Four and just the intensity of the interest and just how consuming the whole event is. So yeah, just straight through since that Gonzaga game has been a blur.
Did you get to see pictures of the thousands of fans jumping up and down in this building last night?
That was crazy. I mean, that was insane. You got the best fans in the country here, both the students and, you know, just our fan base, you know, throughout the state, and obviously all the alumni and fans across the country, because it's a blue blood program. It's a huge brand, and you know that's what blue bloods do. When they play in a national championship game, they like sell out their arena to watch it on these little screens. Crazy.
I talked to you after the Final Four game and said, have you had a moment of peace? Have you had a moment of peace?
No peace. My wife wouldn't even drive from the airport here. That would have been maybe a moment of peace. But she made me drive. So, and I don't really love speaking in front of big audiences. So, I'm going to get peace, I think, when I get home tonight. That's going to be nice.
Dan, now 3 coaches, the 5 champions. Obviously, Coach Calhoun 3, you and Kevin 1. What does that say about the infrastructure? And obviously great coaches, but there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, I think the way that the state and the university supports the program in terms of allowing us to hire, you know, the best staff in the country and give our players a competitive advantage, you know, relative to facilities and the way that we travel. All that stuff matters. Obviously, you have to have a huge fan base, and you know, to also be in that type of you know, category. But I think you know, just Gino and Coach Calhoun just established something here, and then they play active roles. I think you know, Coach Calhoun obviously played an active role with Kevin. Coach Calhoun and Gino play a huge role in my development as a coach too.
You had to sort of rebuild the rebuild in terms of, okay, I have a nucleus, now I've got to use, and using the transfer portal, which, as you know, it's gotten so huge, and you really hit big with that.
Yeah, I think we know exactly what we want to do in terms of roster construction. I think we learned a lot, you know, from the year before, failure in the NCAA tournament, about how we needed to move forward. And we learned our lesson, and we won't make that mistake again.
Coach, does this solidify, excuse me,
Yeah.
does this solidify UConn as a blue blood, or did you think we were already there?
Yeah, I think I don't know, blue blood, and you know, I just look at like which are the greatest brands in college basketball, and UConn is definitely amongst the best brands in college basketball. Like what's the criteria for a blue blood? I mean, who even made it up? Right? I mean, but you know, UConn is second to none in terms of its recent history. The last 25, 30 years, no one's done it as well.
And how does the work for number 6 start?
It starts probably the end of this week, when you know, we start to meet with the players and obviously figure out what their plans are, and obviously we've got an incredibly talented recruiting class coming in that we're excited about. obviously Donovan and Alex, 2 freshmen, and obviously there'll be others that return from this group, and then obviously we'll make some we'll make some smart additions like we have to supplement the group through the portal.
Have you
still
talked to
wearing the
Adama about a potential return? Or?
Yeah, we told them. I hope they follow my advice when you guys ask them that and say, yeah, hey, we just want to talk about the championship. But we're going to try to get these guys to not think about that until later in the week when the emotion and you have a chance to kind of sit down and think. But obviously, when you have the type of success these guys have had, major opportunities come along.
You still have the lucky underwear on.
No, the draws are those are packed away, and they're gonna rest, man. They're gonna get a lot of rest until the opener on November 7th.
Coach,
Jersey City. What does it mean to be from Jersey City and do this?
Just Jersey City's got a rich tradition of of great coaches and athletes, and just blue collar city, man. And Jersey and Connecticut, I think that's why I feel so at home here. Very, very similar type of mentality with its people. It's just being blue collar and being tough as hell.
Coach, what do you think this team's success means for your recruiting in the future and team
Yeah, I think it's going to continue to make it easier for us to attract the type of people to keep making these types of seasons. Obviously, there's going to be players from this team winning a national championship, having a 3rd year where there's potential players being drafted again, first round, or multiple players. With the national championship, obviously, makes us pretty attractive, I think.